Hey, Livia Monte, day 14, and let me tell you, what an awesome class. It was great. You know how you put things out there and then they start to fall together and they start to come together. It was pretty cool. So, I really didn't see it coming. Okay, what I didn't see was it coming together this quickly, but man, boy, did it mesh with everybody in the classroom. We had them create Google Slides about the title of it is Ways I Learn English. And first of all, they made very good slides. That's like learning technical stuff at a very high level. I see a lot of them digging into ChatGPT to get great ideas. So there was a lot of organic use of artificial intelligence. I'm seeing my students going into ChatGPT, checking about their pronunciation, which was cool, checking on just ways of improving the text, saying it in a more maybe natural sense. I didn't see much of the stuff we were working on in class, like let's say reductions or abbreviations, but very impressed with all the presentations that happened today. Everybody fought through the nerves and went up and spoke to the rest of the class. And mind you, this is a level 2. To get up there knowing that your English is somewhat limited and speaking in front of the class takes guts, and everybody in class had those guts. So participation was 100%. There was maybe a little hesitation, but once the first person volunteered, it was easy to get all the volunteers up. I did put their name on the board, like here's a list of the order we're gonna go in. And I did it by first 8, second 8. So super proud. Today was a very good win. My students were awesome today. They were on fire. We got to play a Kahoot. And in this Kahoot, I will give credit to Kahoot, so shout out. You can play audio, and they have this AI embedded where it speaks the audio for you. It's a basic feature. And I did get to play with reductions in there. So I said in the audio, I'm a go, but the options were I'm going to go and other distractors. And it was cool to see that my students struggling with that and like kind of understanding like, oh, I get it. They're saying reductions, but the options are the actual formal writing. So that was cool to see. And obviously by the end of the game or by the end of the Kahoot, everybody understood what was going on. And so they caught on. And that was very, I guess, inspiring. So today I'm inspired by my students. Whenever you're inspired by your students, man, do you want to give a better lesson? So hopefully this weekend I'm able to dig in and really, instead of them having to go to chat every time, and I appreciate the fact that they need to know how to, well, they have to have certain strategies for improving their own English. That's part of this class, part of the course descriptions, to give them the tools to learn English outside of the classroom. But I do want to be able to utilize the APIs to really hone in on you are here to help with pronunciation. And there's a couple of APIs out there. I don't know that I will go with Chat. I'm not as impressed with Chat as I am with Gemini. I'm super impressed with Gemini at this point, especially for coding. I've been coding at night, trying to improve my, well, not even improve. Well, yeah, and improve. I'm trying to improve and finish a web app that I've been kind of tinkering with for a couple of years. And it's pretty cool because I was using outdated libraries, well, legacy libraries, and now they're putting it up to date with some of the more modern ones that I use at work even. And like React, basically, in that ecosystem. And it's pretty exciting to see how Gemini really does a way better job when it comes to reading code and fixing code and reasoning behind the code than ChatGPT does, hands down. Um, so I might actually see what Google has because they also have, text to speech and speech, I think, analysis APIs that I can play with too. Might be going in that direction since I'm pretty much using their ecosystem in class. Again, today felt like a super win, like a win for the students, and just like the pride you have, like you feel the pride for when you see your students like break through. And this presentation was like one of those breakthroughs. And to see like everybody's going at a different pace, but I mean, there are certain students who, the beginning on the onset, yeah, you would see, yeah, they need this class. To like, why are they in a level 2 class? They seem way too good to be in a level 2 class. And that was super cool to see because, again, this is the end of week 7. So in 7 weeks, the gains, it's amazing. And the strategies that they shared, that they're actually following those strategies. Like they're going home, they're using the ChatGPT to help with their pronunciation. They're watching movies, they're listening to music, they're looking up the significance and doing all the things you're supposed to when you want to learn a language. And to see the results, I like to think that I inspired those, right? I don't want to take credit because all credit to them, but wow, the gains were amazing. So the cool thing is next week is the halfway point. The presentations were awesome. So I plan to push a lot more on getting these presentations to really get to topics that are just next level topics that get them to talking a little bit more. I'm really going to push the envelope because, yeah, some of these students are just so impressive. And you see the difference like in real time. They came in here super nervous and really didn't want to speak any English at all. To the presentations they gave today, man, I wish I could have recorded them. And maybe later on I'll ask permission for record. Next semester, let's do student progress. Let's like say, hey, nah. I'll ask somebody's permission. But it was amazing. Anyway, those are my thoughts for today. I like just the practical use of AI today because I didn't necessarily use it, but to just see my students use it in a very practical way, the way that you expect and the way that they know that it's a tool that they own now. It's their tool. Super cool. Yeah, that was super cool. And I guess that's it. Today is a super win.